Hello there, and welcome to the fifth Kodu tutorial. So let's get cracking, shall we? Basically what we're looking at doing is creating a first-person shooter. You got a couple commands there. Jump, fire missile with B, right trigger, fire blips, and your L stick is move. Also there's some limitations set that you can only shoot 5 blips at once, as well as only one missile at a time. You're trying to take out a few tanks, and when each tank is destroyed you get a point. Once you've accumulated enough points you win the game, but of course if they get you before you get them, you lose. Alright, so let's get cracking, shall we? Little Kodu action. So basically I've created this little world here already. As you can see, there's a bit of a water feature, some hills, but I'll basically just start by taking Kodu and coding them. So I'm going to start out L stick to move, gamepad A will get me to jump, and I like to jump high. As well, we need to do some shooting as well and assign some triggers for that. So what was it? It was B button to fire a missile, and the right trigger will shoot some blips. Also, we have to sort of set in the game stipulations. So, in terms of if the tanks get me before I get them, basically we're looking to set the condition that when your health up there falls below. And we'll use 1 instead of 0, because as soon as you're below 1 you're at 0, which means you're gone, you're dead. And then when that happens, we'll take our game and it will end with a failure. However, what we'll do to sort of assign a score for when we take down a tank, we'll give it a colored score. So basically when the score, and it doesn't matter what color you pick. I like blue though. When that blue score, and we can say that there's 5 tanks, so when we kill all of them we'll have a score of 5. What happens after we do that is that we will win the game. So hopefully that makes sense, and that when the score is blue 5, we should win the game. So now basically we need the adversary. In this case it will be the tanks. So the coding for the tanks, well, let's just let's get a tank to start with. Oh, not in there. There we go. Cannon. So the coding of the cannon will basically be a process of him looking and finding Kodu, and maybe we see Kodu close by, maybe we see him far away, maybe we see in front, maybe behind. Let's just choose in front. It doesn't really matter what you choose. Basically, he's going to move toward Kodu, and then as we learned in previous tutorials, that when you indent something, you're setting the condition that only when he sees Kodu in front of him, he will then shoot. And he can shoot missiles, he can shoot blips, it really doesn't matter. However, we also have to create a condition so that when the tank does not see Kodu. And in this certain case, notice that I'm using the same condition here, Kodu in front, as I did up here. So instead of when you see Kodu in front, we add that not command, and when he's not in front. So when he doesn't see Kodu, what we want him to do is to wander around. So move, and then under the move command, he can wander around this rocky terrain. So hopefully that makes sense. Now basically we have to also put in the fact that he's going to give a score. So when his health bar is below 1, essentially once you go below 1, that means you're dead. Instead of saying just go ahead and die, what we're going to do is assign a score, and we're going to count that blue score that we created under Kodu's menu. So that blue score will look kind of like this. So you're going to add a point of 1 to the color of the blue score, and then as each of these guys die, if we have 5 of them, all 5 will die. After that, I'm going to indent a quick one, and just to make sure he is dead, he's just going to explode himself. And of course, condition 5 is only met when condition 4 is met. So again, his health drops below 0. It'll score 1 for blue before he dies. If I put this boom in front of the score, it wouldn't record. So just make sure you have your score before your death, essentially. So that should work out in terms of being able to find and search out Kodu and kill him. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight him red, and then I'm going to use my right trigger to cut and paste. So there's just sort of pepper them all over there. 3, 4, and 5 there. So yeah, as we can see, there's 5 tanks. Now there's one thing that the game also stipulated, that I can only have 5 blips at once, or 1 missile at once. So to do that, I'm going to highlight Kodu, and then I'm going to go into the setting menu, which is X. And first thing I always do when I'm playing with Kodu is I bump up his speed. It's just kind of a thing that helps the game move a little bit quicker. So I take that all the way up. Also, it asks that I give him a life bar. I didn't review that, but it does. So basically, if you want him to have a life bar, you'll hit that show hit points, and then basically max hit points is his life. And it doesn't matter what you give him, but I'm going to make him 100. So he doesn't need to stay above water. He can sink. Doesn't matter. Basically, I'm going to go down to my blips at once. Now, I'm only supposed to have 5 blips at once. And that's done it. I'm also only allowed 1 missile at a time. To do that, I'm going to take down his reload time. I'm going to bump up his range a bit. Even his missile speed. Nice fast missiles. Hopefully take out a lot of tanks. And then, of course, missiles at once. 1. So hopefully this game works. And let's just give it a shot real quick. Let's see if the mechanic all works. Ooh. So as you can see, I'm kind of getting it taken to me here. And he's down, so that's 1. Well, the scoring system works. Kind of under siege here. I didn't have to kill a guy, but that's because their blips harm one another too, as well as me. So let's see if I can finish this guy off. There it is, winner. Okay, now I'll just test and see if I die when these guys come after me. So I'll stand here like a bit of a sitting duck. Boom, game over, perfect. Okay, well that's it. It was a quick one. I hope you enjoyed it. It was lots of fun to do. So have fun with Kodu.